Yes, the clock is ticking. Issa Chiroma Bakare has given the regime in Yaoundé 48 hours to release all prisoners that were people that were arrested regarding the past election. Before I get into what brought me here, this is not what brought me here. Before I get into what brought me here, I want you guys to do me a favor, share this video intensively. Now, I want Cameroonians and the world at large to look at something. Especially Cameroonians, listen to what I want to tell you in this video. If you ever get up today or tomorrow and you hear that there is an emergency in Cameroon and the military are now in charge of the entire affairs of the country, they want to put a transitional rule maybe for 2 years or something, you guys have to know that it is a sham and it is a scheme that is being orchestrated by Atanganje, Ngongo, and the entourage at the presidency. Because they themselves right now, they know that the incumbent is 93 years of age and can probably not pull along with the country because he is at the level where he's supposed to be resting now. He needs more rest and less of clerical work or commanding some duties or all that. So these people know and they are out to rule from behind the scenes. Why am I saying this? 2 days ago, there was a secret meeting that was summoned at Tangaji, Ngongo, and some other top military officials. They talked about a lot of things and detailed things that has to do with the state and management in case of an emergency. The regime in Yaoundé already know that a lot of things may happen and there may be an uncertainty, and they've already forecasted and try to put themselves into the future and what actions and what actions they can take to still be in control of the situation, even if it has to get into the hands of the military. You guys have to note what happened in Gabon. What happened in Gabon was a scheme that was orchestrated by France using the present guy who is now ruling. Yes, it was something that they wanted to maintain the lineage of the Bongo, sorry. A video is circulating online where he's basically speaking to Bongo's son, who is now in exile, that you are free. This was a scheme to make sure that the family continue to be in charge of the country. Imagine that there was somebody else that was here, you would have been taken in. We hear this, he say this. So now, Cameroonians are supposed to be very, very vigilant with the unfoldings that are gradually coming up in Cameroon. Because if these 48 hours elapse that Chiroma has given to the regime, a lot of things may change. I mean, a lot of things may change. You may see movement being restricted, resistance from various angles left and right. When this persists, the military may come in now and take over power. When they take over power, you have to know that they are not doing that on their sole purpose. They're doing that, it is a scheme that is orchestrated by the regime in Yaoundé, the Ngongo and the other people. The clique. So you guys will now have to come out and say that is not what we stood for. It is not going to be a genuine takeover, a transition that will really want to rely, that people can really rely on. It is a scheme that will end up like what ended up in Gabon. So this scheme now will be orchestrated, and at the end of the day, it will be handed over to Frank Biya. So Cameroonians are supposed to know that these things that are going to be happening, they will happen though, but they have to know that some of them will not happen in the interest of the people. There is no need for a revolution or for a change to happen in a country if it is not at the benefit of the population. If it is not at the benefit of the people, then there should be no need for it to happen at all. This is the core of what I'm talking about. Cameroonians need change, but this change should be a change that will affect the livelihood of the person on the street and not some sort of a scheme that will be portrayed out there, and then the same people who've kept the country on subjugation for over 50 years will still be the one to control. People need a complete change of environment, a complete change of administration, a complete change of people that are administering power within the country. To effect this, it must be a neutral person coming from somewhere that most of us we don't know. Like what Chiroma has started now, he will push on with this. But I know that when he must have activated phase 4 completely, when phase 4 will be at a complete stage, there may be intense chaos. And most of these guys who may flee, they are not fleeing as if they're fleeing for anything. They know that they've kept the military behind and it will still end up in their hands. So what am I saying in a nutshell? People have to know that Chiroma won election, and if there's anything that is being said or done, it should center around making sure that he reinstate or regain his victory and protect the interests of the people and the votes of the Cameroonian people. So in a nutshell, Cameroonians have to be very, very wise. Be smart, because they know that unrest is coming. This evening, after Chiroma made that video, they've made calls to the presidency to say that the North may be revolting. And these people, they already know that a lot of things will be coming up. So they are trying to put measures and schemes in place that whatever happened, let it fall back in our ring. They even want that if it has to fall in the hands of the military, let it still fall in the guys that are under their control, that they've kept. So this is what I brought for you. The clock is ticking, and we don't pray what happened in Gabon to happen in Cameroon. We need a complete change, and it has to come. And it should be a change that will affect the livelihood of Cameroonians, the ones selling at Mokulu, the ones selling at back market in Bamenda. We need this change to affect the lives of these people. Thank you so much for watching this video. I remain your humble analyst, MC Ewa.